Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods, just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews. All right, man, so I wanted to tell you, me and the kids have been watching Shark Tank a lot lately.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know why.
The only show that's still on TV.
Dude, it's great.
It's like season 88.
They even did, I saw them during COVID, and they just spaced their chairs out a little bit. They spaced their chairs out a little bit, so they're like 6 feet apart. And then, they just don't give, the people that they give deals to, they just don't give them hugs.
Yeah.
But, outside of that, it's, just a normal show.
Well, do they have, oh, man, because I've seen CBS and stuff with... I watched Big Brother, and not only would they do the 20 feet distance, but then they'd be like, we got to have the masks and we got to do multiple things. They had no plexiglass.
Nobody wears masks. There's no plexiglass.
Okay.
They're just sitting far apart.
Just reasonable spacing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is fine. And then because that was the first season I watched because it's on Hulu. I mean, I've seen the show before just when it comes on, but never really thought about it. Mm-hmm. I saw it, and then I saw it when they're all to get the old seasons, and I feel like they're crammed together. Dude, I think it's better with the space. It just feels more comfortable. Mm-hmm. But
I haven't seen the social distance one.
So we've been watching it, and there was this one that everybody made fun of. They ended up making a deal with these guys, but it's a company called Potato Parcel.
Okay, so...
Are you familiar with it?
No, I'm not. So Parcel being...
So I'm going to tell you about it, and I want you to give me your reaction to it. Okay? So in listening to this, I come to find that there are a lot of things that you can ship and that don't require a box.
Okay, I've heard of this.
Potatoes are one of them. You can ship a potato, put a stamp right on the potato, ship it however you want.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
Company, what they do...
single potato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put enough stamps on it for the weight, and you can ship it. Just through regular USPS, just regular postal service. So the idea is you go on the website, you put a custom message, they write it on the potato, and then they ship that potato to somebody. So instead of giving them a card... you give them a potato with your personalized message on it.
Nice.
So, I wanted to get your reaction. What do you think about this stupid... I think it's dumb.
It's brilliant. It's a great gag gift. Dude, how funny... if you knew nothing about it, how great would it be for you to go out to your mailbox and there's a potato in there. And then you're you look a little further because you see a stamp on it, and then you see a message from your dad. And he's like, happy birthday, son.
I mean, I think it'd be cool.
Dude, that is great.
I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, because it looks like the ones that I saw on there, it looks like they wrote them with a Sharpie.
Okay, yeah.
They just write them with a Sharpie on there. Yeah,
and they do put stamps on the potato too, right?
Like an actual stamp, to mail it. Yes.
You can put your face on it. Oh yeah, it's going
down.
Yeah,
so they can customize things, and you can do a box, or you can do you put your face on it. More expensive, obviously, if you do the extra things, but
brilliant.
They all thought it was the dumbest thing in the world, and this guy, what's his name? Kevin O'Leary, I think is what his name is. This guy right here.
Mr.
They call
Wonderful?
him Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
He ended up investing in it, and
he didn't want to steal 75% of the company because that's what he's known for, is just being being rude.
He's known for doing two things. One, being honest.
Yeah, he's brutal.
Being brutally honest.
Yep.
And that comes off as rude, but he's just being honest. And then the second thing that he does is he likes taking royalties.
Yes.
So he says, I'll give you this money for this percentage, but I want $2 for every item you sell.
Yeah. And that works for those who, it doesn't work for every business. So
they just need the money up front. Yes.
It is stealing business. It's like you're stealing people's business.
Oh, 100%. But what they are is he's finding people that are in desperation of money right now.
Yep.
And fulfilling that need. And the people are like, I don't even care. Let's just do it because I need the money.
Yeah. But, they also they trust in the investor and the connections and stuff.
Right.
So.
That they're going to be able to grow the business in the manner that they need. But
that partnership.
I
I just thought it was weird that you don't need a box for that. And then I was doing some research either today or yesterday, and apparently you don't need boxes for a lot of things.
Yeah, right.
And I saw this video on YouTube. You're familiar with Mark Rober? He's the guy that did the squirrel obstacle course.
Yep.
So he does a lot of videos, okay?
Yeah.
And he did
I
one.
follow him on YouTube.
Yeah. He did one on like to see how trustworthy people are, basically. So what he did is he got a bunch of his fans. He sent them out wallets. And he just said, hey, just drop these wallets in random places.
Okay.
The wallets would have like a couple of dollars, like some random stuff inside to make it look legit. And it would also have a like a card that said, hey, call this number if found. And it just talked about the different cities that he did it in and who sent wallets and who didn't. And in that, one, people are trustworthy. Like 66% of the wallets were returned. And he found that if you find a wallet, you can put it in any USPS mailbox and they'll ship it back to the address on the license free of charge.
Oh, will they?
He said he tested it a few times and he got it back in the mail.
You just put the whole wallet in there. You don't put, I guess you have to put the flag up.
Well, yeah.
But you just put the wallet in there with the flag up.
He just
and then it
gave
gets mailed.
the little video was like, and we don't have them here because we're so small, but like, they may have like those little mailboxes like in the city, like on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop it in there because that's only outgoing mail. There's no
It's
incoming
crazy.
mail.
I would be worried that something would fall out. I feel like you'd have to tape the driver's license to the outside. Like that would be the appropriate thing to do. But you just stick the wallet in there and they'll mail it.
I don't know about your wallet. My license is going nowhere.
My license isn't, but I got like 100 other extra unnecessary cards that are flopping around in there.
Right. So I guess if you do want to keep it secure,
my 2 single-dollar bills that I keep in there might fall out.
I guess if you do want to keep it secure, then yeah. But like, honestly, but they'll still ship it back, which I thought was really cool. So that made me go, all right, cool. So if I ever find a wallet, just put it in the mail.
Yeah.
And then it also made me go, maybe I should leave a card in my wallet that says, if found, call this number, and they'll just call me.
Yeah.
Because he got like 2/3 of the people just called him.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should just do that.
Dude, so it's funny you bring this up because my wallet is always on me, and I always know that I have it. Well, I have a pair of pants that have a hole in the pocket for my wallet.
Right, because it wears a hole in it, yeah.
Yeah, so when I wear those pants, I have to put the wallet in the opposite pocket. And it's totally foreign to me when I do that. It feels weird. So
I bet that's why you've had back problems. Because you're leaning to the wrong side now.
Maybe. But I basically don't wear those jeans that often.
Right.
Because it bothers me. And those jeans are cheap because even my front pocket, my wife had to sew them up for me.
Oh, dang.
So I'm not even joking. Just last Saturday, Charity asked me to go get them some donuts in the morning. So I woke up. I went to the donut place for them. And then on the way back, I had to stop by the Dollar General.
Yeah.
I went into Dollar General. I remember what I was looking for. I was looking for a cap gun for that murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll tell you about that murder mystery later. It was actually pretty cool. So I went in there looking for a Western gun, right? Because I told you I was like struggling to find one. I went to a different Dollar General this time. I was looking in there for a while, didn't find it. I got back to my car, and the first thing I do naturally is I fill my pocket. And I'm like, oh, it's gone. So you would have thought that I would have just went right back into the dollar store and looked in there.
Well, yeah.
Well, I trusted the fact that I put it back in my other pocket, but I remember the last time I got it out of my pocket was the donut place.
So you went back to the donut place.
So I went back to the donut place.
Okay.
And then I went in there. Of course, they didn't have it. I wrote down my phone number. They looked. I was like, man, I'm just like really bummed out.
Oh, dang, yeah.
I'm not I
It's
probably
not
had
fun.
$2 in there, but I was more worried about all of my like license and cards.
It's a pain in the ass to have to call and get that stuff replaced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh,
I get it.
It's a headache. So I went back to the dollar store, and right then a guy was walking into the dollar store with the wallet in his hand. I was like, stop. And it was my wallet. He was it was right there in the parking lot in a puddle of water.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
So I guess all I had to have done was open my car door and look out, and my wallet would have been on the ground.
Oh,
Instead, I drove off, went and looked at another place. But long story short, he was actually trying to do the right thing. He could have just drove off, but he was like going back into the store to give somebody my wallet.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I mean, it made me give a new hope in mankind that we're slowly changing to be better people.
yeah. Was there a lot of money in the wallets though?
No, they just kept a couple of dollars in there. I mean, enough money that some people would take it, but not enough that he would be losing hundreds of bucks.
Yeah, I wonder if you would have put like something tempting like $200
Well, like
in there.
he even had the people. He looked up like zip codes and looked up like their more wealthy part of the city versus the like more impoverished part of the city, and made sure that they put wallets in both sides in both locations. He did stuff like make sure some people put one of the wallets in bathrooms, so male and female bathrooms, to see if more men or women are trustworthy. And honestly, it was like right down the middle.
Yeah.
With everything. Like
also privacy, because when you privately have a wallet, right? You're in the bathroom, nobody's around. You're like, I think no one's gonna know.
Yeah, but it was right down the middle basically for everything, which surprised me. So I mean, he said that he even had some phone calls from people that were homeless. Mm-hmm. Like, and what he did is he asked the people that when they drop off the wallet, if they could secretly try to get some sort of video of the people picking up the wallet. And there was a video of like some homeless guy flagging someone down to use their phone so he could call this guy and potentially give him his wallet back. And I'm just like, that just tells me that even people that are in those low means, it doesn't matter their socioeconomic status, that they're still going to be trustworthy, which is not what I would expect.
What's crazy, man, is so that same guy, he also does the packages on the porch. Have you seen those?
He does the glitter bombs.
And he's done like 3 generations of them. It shows that there's a difference between people who run across something and they have to make a decision right there to do the right thing or not, versus the people who seek after packages on porches.
Right.
These porch pirates, man, I watch
That's what
all
they do
of
all
those,
day.
and those people. But those videos are great because by the 3rd generation,
watching them freak out about
about
it being a bomb.
Whenever it has the bomb countdown.
Oh God, get it out of here! Get it out of here! Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh man, those are great, dude.
I love that stuff, dude. It's fun. It's fun.
That last one he had, he said that he actually started uncovering like a ring, and he had the FBI involved, and like there's further investigation of something bigger that he uncovered that he couldn't talk about.
Oh dang, I don't remember that.
Yeah, watch the most recent one from this last Christmas.
Yeah, I think I've seen them all.
Oh yeah, by the end of it, dude, he says that like
I think in the Christmas one, he has like some Home Alone like recording in there, doesn't he?
That's on one of them. I don't remember which one. It might be.
Yeah,
that one.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's super long video, but yeah, he talks about towards the end that like it's like stuff's under investigation. He actually ended up uncovering some sort of ring. And I don't know if it's a package theft ring or like a car theft or, trafficking, like child trafficking or something. But he said it ended up being like some scary stuff.
Oh, dang. I'll have to listen to it again.
Check it out, man.
But you brought some beer for us?
Yep.
So go ahead and pull out some beer. While you're doing that, I wanted to let you know, we got to give a shout out to our boys at 903. This last weekend... Been trying to get them on the podcast, but they're extremely busy right now because they just went to. I'd have to look and see where they're located, but they went to Real Ale.
We've had Real Ale.
I know we've had them before, but they went out there and they actually purchased their old canning setup, their old canning line. So 903's canning line is still in business. They purchased a new canning line so they could just put out more beer. So they're just basically upping production.
Wow. And that's the canning line?
Yep.
I wondered, so they have, I know that they already have a canning line.
Yeah, I read on Facebook because somebody asked him, hey, did your other one shut down? And he's like, oh, no, we're just bumping up production.
Nice.
So I like that. Real Ale bought something huge and sold their old one. And so now basically they're using 2 small canning lines to can everything.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's awesome. Bumping up production. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So 903, keep up the good work, man.
It's cool when you see that old school style, just machinery, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
can just see it looks like a conveyor belt. You just see some cans coming through there.
Right.
You know what I mean? They usually have those straws that dip in there and fill them up.
They post videos all the time, and it makes me wonder because like they do their the empty cans come through this weird conveyor belt contraption with like a cage around it so the cans don't fall out. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, and I've seen this in multiple videos on breweries, they always spin and twist upside down and then land, and then that's when they get filled with beer. They go through a conveyor belt when it's low, but when the can's empty, they go through this weird like twisting. It looks almost like a roller coaster, and I'm like, oh, why do they have to go through all this crap?
I don't either, but that's what I mean. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like, have you seen that old school movie Casper?
Oh yeah.
Devin Sawa.
I'm familiar with it. I haven't seen it in a while.
Do you remember at the end whenever they discovered the hidden room and her dad was?
Don't.
It was not her dad. It was. I think it was Casper's dad.
It's been longer than that, so I have no idea.
Oh, dude. We should pull it up and watch it. We should pull it up and watch it real quick. Because it's worth checking out, dude. This is like...
So what's the scene?
Just say Casper... I don't know what to call it. Like a conveyor belt machine. Casper machine scene. Oh, that was it at the top.
Oh, is this it right here?
The Up and Atom machine is what it's called.
All right, let's take a look at it here.
Yeah, this is bringing me back. So this is basically what you're describing that the cans are going through. Watch. Yeah, I mean, we might be able to cut out the talking. Oh, nope, he's going to bring her right into the machine.
That's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah. She's going to have to get up and take the long way. You don't remember this movie?
No, I mean, I've seen it, and I was thinking it was Nicole Richie, which it is.
It's not Nicole Richie. It's Ricci.
Ricci? Is that how you say it?
It's Ricci, but it's not Nicole. Is it?
I think that's who that is. No, it's Christina.
Christina Ricci, yes.
Christina.
Nicole Richie is Lionel Richie's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And she was with Paris Hilton in that reality TV show.
Yes.
Much different person.
Christina, my bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have to cut this one down a little bit here.
I thought I knew who it was, but is this the scene that you're talking about?
This is the scene, man. Wait till she gets in this chair. I'm telling you, this is what you're describing that the cans go through right here.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this. Dust kicks up. Frightening, lighting scenes.
Yeah, it's like a little roller coaster.
This thing is creepy, actually. Look at that. Sparks get shot.
Yeah, this is exactly it. It's like a Rube Goldberg machine. They hit something, it tells the next thing to trigger off.
Mm-hmm. Cracks an egg.
Yeah.
Like old school. Look, gets her face powdered up. This is...
Yes, this is exactly it. This is what the cans go through. They get sanitized.
Mm-hmm.
They go upside down, get washed out, and then they go through the bottling. Then they go through the filling. And they go through the spinning of the getting canned.
Yep.
They go through the little thing where they just put the little tops on it. Yeah, this is the exact same thing, basically.
Yeah, what we need to do is we need to superimpose a 903 can in that scene instead of her.
I mean,
where it's going through the new Real L cannon line.
Yeah, if you can.
No, I'm not that clever. I could barely remember the name of that video, so I don't think
well, I mean, you figured it out. So, what do you got for us today, man?
Okay, so what we got here is from Great Divide Brewery in Denver, Colorado, which I know you visited. I didn't visit, but I did drink some of their beer that you got from there, and it was mighty fine. They are the ones that have the Yeti.
Yeah, yes, they are.
Yep, so we did the showdown. But this one is called the Car Camper Hazy Pale Ale. Let's check it out. Have you ever heard of a Hazy Pale Ale before?
No. But I have been watching some beer reviews lately, just because it's mindless and I enjoy beer. And they drank some sort of a hazy IPA and it had little floaties in it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like an unfiltered, if that's what a hazy is unfiltered.
You know what I say about it? Cody Floaties.
Yeah, them Cody Floaties.
Them Cody Floaties, man. That's what they need to say on there.
Oh, this is really highly carbonated.
It is, especially for something that's hazy. I imagine it being like where you see the haze,
right?
But you can't see through all the bubbles. I'm not mad at that though.
I mean, I'm not either. It is odd because I wasn't expecting it to look like a soda. As far as the carbonation goes, it's got a good color to it. It is really hazy. You can see through it a little bit, but it does look like it's that dirty haze that it has. I don't know. Dirty makes it sound like it's not going to taste good, but...
Dirty haze.
Well, just like the clarity's not there.
Dirty Haze sounds like some sort of I don't know, some kind
Like
of drug.
the Dirty
Go get
Haze?
some of that Dirty Haze.
It doesn't kind of sound like a drug. I was
Like
thinking
pot.
a song.
Sound like some pot. You go get some Dirty Haze.
Yeah.
Or a song. There you go. Like a song from one of those old rockers.
But I'm saying that because it's like Purple Haze.
Yeah, I'm not
Dirty
even
Haze.
I'm thinking like it's a song by, and maybe this is why I'm thinking of pot, like Willie Nelson's song, Dirty Haze.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Back in my day, we'd listen to Willie Nelson's Dirty Haze.
Gosh. I could see that. Dude, this is good. It's pretty hop
enjoying it.
forward.
Yeah.
Man, this one's good. It tastes like a light IPA, and I like it.
Do you know what it's reminding me of? Remember when we had that pineapple mimosa?
Yeah.
And we were saying, I wonder what this would taste like without the pineapples.
This is what
It's
tastes
kind of
like.
tasting like that flavor. It's got that pale ale taste.
So let me read what this says
it's
here
fruity.
on Untappd. It says, Car Camper is the beer to fuel your next adventure. Oh, pardon me. Generously hopped and dry hop with Sabro hops. The aroma hints at cantaloupe, mango, and coconut and finishes evenly with a pleasant mouthfeel. Surrender to your wanderlust and be sure to pack plenty of Car Camper.
You know what?
This makes me want to go camping with it.
Remember that? It's funny we were talking about beers that we drank when we drank that pineapple, because we also had that Wanderlust beer.
That
Same
Wander, is it Wander? Wonder?
I think it's Wanderlust.
It's spelled with an A, so that's why I always...
So what does Wanderlust mean? Does it mean camping?
I don't know.
We got one right here. Is it spelled? Oh, this is Wanderland.
Wonderland.
But look, he's camping.
Yeah, Wander.
So I think Wanderlust is an expression for camping out of your car.
Well, let's
car
take a
camping.
look. Wanderland. Oh, it is spelled with
It's
a
it's Wanderlust.
a strong desire to travel.
Huh, look at that. Solving some mysteries here. It's what we do best.
We try. We
Just
definitely
figure
try.
things out.
So I like this one a lot. I really like it. All the hipsters are gonna hate me saying this, but
Oh yeah.
I think I like an American pale ale better than an Indian pale ale.
I am with you all the way, dude. I'm 100%. I've been that way for a few years now. Pale ale, I like IPAs, but I love a pale ale.
Yeah, I feel like it's just more well balanced. It doesn't overdo it with the hops. Dang, this one's good.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait to go camping again.
So I was trying to have you seen this wheel of like beer characteristics?
I have not, but this reminds me of a game that I saw recently. There's a board game where you drink a beer blindly without knowing what it is, and you have to guess what it is, depending on how well you guess it, depending on how many points you get.
Oh wow.
There's like an actual board game with it, and that's what that reminded me of. But what's that called?
I can only find like the picture of it on Google, but it's beer characteristics. But whenever I download the picture, it's all blurry. I want to see it when it's not blurry and it's hard. But I think it would be valuable
Is
to
it
our
a hop
listeners.
character wheel?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's beyond hops though, because it's got like the taste, the texture, the fruitiness, the floral, it's more than just spicy than just the hops.
Oh, you know what's crazy? This is like what we were talking about last time when you were talking about that game.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. I know there's a bunch of them, but I feel like using one of these as kind of like a source of explanation might help the listeners better connect with what we're feeling right now.
Right. Well, let's take a look at it here. So this is the way that they go through it. They say appearance. So color, it's got a nice yellow color to it. It's clear, or it's you can get a lot of light through it, but it's not clear. The clarity is not quite there.
Which is intentional with the hazy.
Right. What kind of aroma do you get We're going to have to go through these steps step by step from now on. I'm getting a little bit of fruit, but I'm getting a little bit of floral too. And then flavor.
Yeah, so if we were like riding that line of fruit and floral, be like a dried fruit or a sweet blossom. I think it's going to be more of like a dried fruit, artificial fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this also says to do flavor and mouthfeel. So flavor, it's bitter, obviously, because of the hops. I don't get any tropical notes. I can see where they're saying mango a little bit, but I think I'm stretching.
Yeah. But if we were going to say, like, is it sweet, salty, sour, bitter, or savory? I think it's like bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
But
yep.
leaning
I can see
towards
that.
the sweet. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very
Right.
sweet beer.
Mouthfeel. Got a good mouthfeel. I don't have any kind of problem there.
Yeah, I don't get the mouthfeel. Like, what's it supposed to feel like? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't
So
get the
basically,
mouthfeel.
what it says here is that you can, if you take a drink and you exhale while the beer is still in your mouth, this can give a secondary aroma smell
Okay, I see.
and force the aroma into your nose in the opposite direction. So you can pick up additional notes.
Yeah, so it just helps you with that flavor.
So this
that
here,
makes it very sweet when you do
this
that.
is the craftbeeracademy.com.
Yep.
And it's teaching you how to drink beer.
Yes. And what's funny is I actually used this last time we rated a beer.
Did you really? I wish
guess
you would have told me.
Yeah, I was just kind of going through it and being like, okay, what are some things we're looking at?
And then alcohol content. What do you think the alcohol is on this one?
It's right at 5%.
Is it at 5%?
Yes.
I was thinking more like 6.
Which makes sense, which is why it's such like a drinkable sweet beer.
Right.
It's not too. I feel like it would be more bitter if it was a stronger APV.
Okay. So I've got to buy this game, and we need to play it every time that we rate a beer.
Okay.
Because basically, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Does it go along with the beer that we're drinking though?
Well, so what would happen is I would buy a beer, you would buy a beer, and we would each play each other. So basically, I would say, hey, here's a beer. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You try to guess what. I can give you the name of the beer, but you try to tell me what style of beer it is. So it's got. Let me see if I can find the board here. Oh, it's a board.
Okay.
It's got pieces, and these sections are what kind of beer is it? So it goes short at, like, let's say pale ale, or you can go deeper and say it's a hazy pale ale, or you can go even deeper and say it's a hazy pale ale and it's at 6% alcohol.
Okay.
Or you can say,
Yeah.
I know the exact beer this is, the style, and even the name and brewery it came from. And depending on where you land and what you guess at initially, depends on how many points you get.
Oh, nice. That's a be fun game.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it'd be fun to do with people that, one, aren't super familiar with it, but it'd be fun to do with guests.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds fun.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly what this is. So guessing this one, I wouldn't have been able to do. I would have said I probably would have said an IPA, to be honest.
Well,
Drinking it, I probably would have.
the sad thing about it is there's the IPAs that taste like pale ales.
Yeah, like those low calorie IPAs.
Yeah, or even the fruit ones, like
Yeah.
that mimosa one.
Right.
I would have thought that if I had no idea that it was like a fruit mimosa stylized
might have
beer,
said-
I would have probably guessed pale ale
Yeah.
with a lot of fruit.
Right. Yep. I probably would have. Yeah. I could see that. So I'll have to buy this, but let's get back to this here. So on a scale of 1 to 5,
we still got the color though. You see the color scale?
Not on this.
It's on there. Go down to the next category.
Oh, after alcohol.
Yep.
So
It ends with color.
IBUs, and then it talks about
there's
which
no-
is. I mean, that's a myth, right?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna skip the IBUs, but the color though, I think it'd be cool if we could like put up the chart and just tell people what color it is.
This I would say is like a 3.
Yeah, it's a 3 or a 2 for sure.
Yeah, 2 to
Very
3.
light beer.
Which is
Light in
odd
appearance.
for a. I say that, and we've had a lot of IPAs that are this color. I think an
a lot of
IPA is more
fruit
like
ones.
an amber color,
Yeah.
but this is what we've had as IPAs.
Like, if I think about the Deep Ellum IPA, it's an 8 or a 9.
right,
When
that's
you look
exactly what
at
I was
the
thinking.
chart.
More amber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. We're gonna have to use this every time from now on.
I can
I
get
like
behind
this. So, again, what do you got from a scale of 1 to 5? I'm thinking like a 4.
I'm going to give it a 4 too.
4. All right.
Appreciate this beer. Look, I already almost drank it just judging
Dang.
it. Yeah, that was good.
That's the way to do it, man. This one's good. All right. So we'll go ahead and move on here. So I got a couple of games for you here. So we'll start out by doing classic. We'll do the name game.
Okay.
Okay. This one we're going to do candy bars.
Okay.
So would you like to start or do you want me to?
I'll start us off with
Okay, go ahead.
Mars.
The Mars bar. I'll say Snickers.
I'll say whatchamacallit.
That's a good one. I'll say Zero.
I was going to say 0.
Really?
Yes,
that
I
is
was
a terrible candy bar.
Dude,
And that's
for a while, I liked 0 bars. Now, I
Oh.
don't know why I ever
Yeah,
did. It
no
was a weird
thanks.
fad I was in. What about those Reese's Break? Those Break Fasts or
Yep.
something?
I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called. Why don't you just go Kit Kat?
3 Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. I'll say peanutless Snickers, which is basically a Milky Way.
Mounds.
You say Mounds. You know, Lily, my daughter, she likes Almond Joy. That's
that
her
was going to be the
favorite.
next one. Almond Joys have nuts. Mounds don't.
And
So-
Mounds are dark chocolate versus milk chocolate.
Well, why don't they say that in the song? You know what I mean? They have a song for it.
Do they?
Yeah. Almond Joys have nuts. Mounds don't. You never heard that
No,
song?
I've never heard that.
Dude, that's the only reason why I know that.
Really? No, I know that Mounds have dark chocolate because Lily likes dark chocolate better more than milk chocolate.
It'd be funny if they were like Mounds don't have milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. It just keeps going on.
It's
all right.
one of those guys that just talks really fast at the
Yeah.
end, like that gives the disclaimers.
Nowadays, you would have to be like, also, it's like a small print.
Right.
By the way, what's another candy bar? I think we already did Snickers, didn't we? I don't remember. Come on now. 3 Musketeers.
You already said it. Come on, you got another one in your mind? Let's
Come
go.
on now. What about just a Hershey's milk chocolate bar?
Hershey's milk chocolate. That's the way to go.
Yep.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking that same thing. Let's go back to the old drawing board here. The 100 grand.
The Hershey's cookies and cream bar.
Oh dang! Technically, that is a little bit different.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, it is. Dang, I'm trying to think of some that they're still out. Because they had one with like M&Ms in it, but I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, I don't.
Dang, you might have just got me. You suck, bro.
I hope I got you because I can't think of another one.
I was thinking this was gonna last longer than that. Dang, dude, you totally got me. I'm out
All
on
right.
this one. Dang, that sucks.
Boom, Candy
All right,
Master.
bro, you didn't do it, but you don't like doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Go ahead and grab that Bean Boozled behind you.
Oh, okay. He's gonna get boozled.
Let's see what I got here. Let's
Uh,
spin the wheel.
I can't believe you're gonna do it.
I ain't no chump.
What's that one? Chocolate pudding or dirty diaper?
That'd be awful. It's chocolate pudding or canned dog food.
Oh, canned dog food.
This has got to be a
that
only
might
brown
be
one
it,
on there.
dude.
Well,
You
there's
grabbed
only
it.
brown one on here. I wanted to make sure. Yep, that tastes like dog food.
Oh, bro, you got that puppy chow.
It's got like
You went straight for it. You were hoping for a candy bar, but you got something else.
yeah, it tastes weird.
Ugh.
Doesn't taste good, but it doesn't taste bad.
I feel like I can smell you chewing on it over here. Ooh, I can.
So we're gonna keep on the theme of candy bars, okay?
It's like wet dog food.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can
it tastes
smell
like. Oh, I mean, it says canned dog food,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
so it comes straight out of a can. It's the Alpo.
Dude, that is so nasty. I can't believe it's making my jaw tense up.
Come on, it's not that bad.
All right, we'll leave it here.
So I figure we play kind of a new game here.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it Who Did It Better.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this one is Willy Wonka. Who did it better?
Two?
Gene Wilder or Johnny Depp?
That's obvious, dude. Gene Wilder. He was a classic, man. So there was a story that I actually saw an interview with him where whenever they asked him to do the movie, he read the script and he agreed to do the movie only on one. What am I trying to say? Only
One condition. One
condition. Thank you. And the condition was, you remember when he like walks up to the kids whenever they're like all waiting to get into the candy factory, and he's like he's like stumbling in, acting like he's disabled.
Yeah, and he like trips and falls and dances.
And then he trips, and then he trips into a front roll.
Yeah.
And then lands on his feet.
Yeah.
He read the script and then said, "That's what needs to happen, and I'm only going to do the movie if you let me do that."
Really?
Yes.
That's so dumb.
But because he said that from that point on, it just sets the precedence that you don't know if he's being genuine or not. And it's true. You're like, this guy, he seems like he's genuinely like a chocolate lover, but there's something shady going on with him.
Right.
But he really was genuine the whole time. You know, but it kind of did keep that thing in the back of your mind where you're like, he's a little bit of a snake oil salesman.
Well, like I didn't think that, and maybe I should watch it again. I haven't watched it in a little while. Gene Wilder, he's the classic OG. I mean, that's what I watched when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that's what I grew up with, and as a kid, you look at things through like a filter, through like rose-colored glasses, where everything's all happy-go-lucky. You don't see all the little nuances in between. So I need to watch it again. But the thing is, when I watched the Johnny Depp version, I don't know. Maybe if I watch it through rose-colored glasses, it'd be just as fun. But to me, it was creepy as hell.
Yeah, it was creepy. It wasn't fun.
But he went through all like the dark, weird stuff that was probably played out in the first one. Just it was more subtle.
Yeah, it was weird. I watched them both with the girls and like recently, last couple years, and I wasn't a huge Charlie Chocolate Factory when I was a kid. I think I watched it once.
Okay.
So both of the movies were pretty new to me, and I watched them back to back, and that Gene Wilder one killed it.
Dude, it's
better.
great. I will say, because when I was a kid, I actually read the book.
Okay.
And I'll say that the Johnny Depp version was closer to the book.
I'm sure. Yeah, I bet.
Like
Everything's
the squirrel nuts thing.
Yeah.
That was in the book. That wasn't in the first one. They didn't do the nuts and the squirrels.
Johnny Depp sucked though, man. He's like, tough. Look, I'm gonna do a Johnny Depp impression. Tough not to crack. And that was it. That was his character the whole movie. That's not good acting.
I don't know.
Oh man, it wasn't a dynamic character at all. It was just a weird character.
Either way, I enjoyed it. I will say the first one seems more fun because it's kind of a musical at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it's more upbeat and fun.
What are your thoughts on who's the guy who directed it?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. What are your thoughts on Tim Burton movies?
Can
you get behind him or not?
I'll say no.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it's not
suck.
because his movies are terrible.
I think
it's because they're okay. They're not great. They're not great
Edward
films.
Scissorhand is the only one I liked, and
what
like,
you
I don't
like
even
about
know
it?
if it's great. I just liked it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I watched it within the last couple of years, and I was like, why does this have a cult following?
It's because it's just so unique. But his visual designs are awesome and appealing, and I do like his. Even like in the Chocolate Factory, he had some cool things to look at. But then he makes such weird decisions, and as a director, he is just not a good director.
So I'll disagree with you in the fact that I say he's a great director. I don't know, if he writes all of his stories, if he writes them all, I would say he's not a great writer. From a director standpoint, from visually, it's great. The set design's good. I love all that aspect of it. It's just the stories that he portrays. I'm not a huge fan of some of the stories.
Well, you'd be surprised. He really doesn't write a lot of his stuff. A
Yeah,
lot of the
so,
stuff he
okay,
hasn't.
cool.
I feel like he wrote Corpse Bride, maybe. I don't. There's very few of them that he really wrote. His directing, though, his set design is great, but the way he directs screenplay and actually scenes, like has them acted out, there's always just weird things that happen. Yeah, let's pull it up here and let's talk about a few of them here.
Yeah, I mean,
They're just never good. It's just always weird acting, and to me, a director brings out the acting.
They're okay. I mean, that's all I can say is they're okay.
You know me, I'm a sucker for musicals. I watched Sweeney Todd. I don't remember anything about it other than it sucked.
So here is movies. These are the movies that he's directed.
Okay, directed.
Okay? So if we go back here to the first one that I saw out of all of these was Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes. Weird movie.
Is this
Weird
the
decisions.
one where he's just trying to find his bike the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, that's the 80. This is 1985. Is there another? Was that in 1985 where he was trying to find his bike the whole time?
It definitely was.
Yeah, he was. That is the one.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Honestly, I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny.
I don't know. I haven't
Best
seen
part
it
of the
in a long
song,
time.
or best part of the movie though, is when he gets in Texas and he's calling his friend and he's like, "Hey, I'm in Texas." Well, how do you know you're in Texas? And he just yells out to the crowd because he's like on a busy street on a payphone, and he yells out to the crowd, "The stars at night are big and bright," and the whole city like stops and deep in the heart of Texas. But
only in Texas would somebody know that
Right.
song. Yeah.
The original Batman with
Michael Keaton.
and Michelle Pfeiffer and
That was the Batman Returns.
was that Batman
but he
Returns?
did direct both of those. Yeah.
and he did you had the Penguin in that one too, right?
yeah. With
Yeah.
the cat one. Those are weird movies.
I thought they were great though. As far as Batman films go, I thought that they were good. Edward Scissorhands.
I like movies that have intelligent screenplay, and Edward Scissorhands does not either.
Nope, not at all.
But for some reason, I liked it. I don't know why.
What about Mars Attacks?
No, dude.
I thought it was
weird.
hilarious.
I liked stupid stuff when I was young. I can't get behind it anymore.
Sleepy Hollow, no thanks. The
No.
original Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg, no thanks.
Was that the Mark Wahlberg one?
I mean, 2001. I think so. Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah, it is.
That's one of the worst ones. I think it is the worst one out of all the new ones, though.
Yeah, no, not any good. Out of these other movies that I've seen, Charlie and Chocolate Factory was
Big Eyes was all right.
Big Eyes. Oh, I
Yeah,
never
it's
saw
the
it.
one where it's like about a guy who is a painter, but really he just steals his wife's paintings
Oh, I never seen
and
it.
becomes famous for him. Yeah, see his wife's painting. But it's got that guy, though, can't go wrong. What's his name? The main guy?
He's British, right?
Yeah,
Christopher Waltz.
Christopher Waltz, man. You can't make that guy bad act. He's a good actor.
Yeah, so I'm just like, Alice in Wonderland was weird, but it was
Weird,
like
not good.
It was like a sequel to the original.
I don't even remember anything about it. It's just
It was
not worth
it was
remembering.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, we skipped right over this. We skipped over Beetlejuice. I thought Beetlejuice was great. Michael Keaton again.
When I was a kid, I liked it, but hindsight, what was my parents thinking letting me watch that movie? That movie is awful.
I don't know. I thought it was great at the time, but yeah. So like they're hit or miss. Sometimes they're good, but most of the time they're just not that good.
Yeah. I feel like I'd rather watch M. Night Shyamalan. At least I'm
Yeah,
getting
I would.
Shyamalan at the end.
I would definitely like
At least
to.
I'm leaving like enjoyed it, but then I'm pissed at the end. His movies I just don't even enjoy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just not enjoying it. I'm just bored.
I mean, I at least some of his movies I enjoyed. They're like I said, they're good, not great. That's what I would say about him. They're good, not great. So
I guess we're gonna have to go. It's a great divide.
the
Pun
great
intended.
divide. Get
The
outta
real
here.
great divide is our opinion on this.
Oh man, I don't know. So we'll go ahead and play one more game, and then we'll wrap this one up. Do you have the cards for I Descent over there? Boom.
It was called I Descent?
Yeah.
I already forgot the name of it.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right, so
we'll
you
play
want me
this
to
one.
draw it?
Sure.
All right. So this is one I feel like you're going to go left on. Sometimes I feel like you just like to go a different direction.
Sometimes it depends,
So-
but yeah.
I don't even want to pronounce it myself. I'm just going to spell the word to you, and I want to ask you how you pronounce it.
Okay.
The word is Pecan. How do you pronounce that word?
It's pecan. Because I live in Texas and it's pronounced pecan. It's not pronounced pecan.
I thought Texans pronounced it pecan.
I've never. I always equated that with people that weren't from here, but I've always like my family just said pecan, so that's why I just
say
said pecan.
I thought for some reason you're going to be all like pecan, and it sounded like something that you would do. That's why I was like, I'm just going to spell it to you and see what you say.
No, I wanted to say that. Yeah, I always say pecan. So it does say here, according to these findings, pecan is favored pronunciation on the East Coast, while pecan is said in parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
Nice. Okay. It sounds like such a Southern thing to do. I want some pecans. You know what I mean?
I mean, when you say it like that, it kind of does.
Give me a
but
pecan pie.
I don't know. I've always just said pecan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Pecan just sounds ignorant.
It does. It makes it
does.
sound like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It makes it sound like you don't have them there.
Yeah. you must have never had a pecan before. You're calling it pecan.
Well, I wasn't thinking of the actual, like, I mean, I guess it's a nut.
Yeah, it's a nut.
But I was thinking more of the tree. Because, like, isn't the pecan tree the state tree of Texas?
Oh, I have no idea. I have one right in front of my house, though. People come pick some pecans.
You have one in front of your house?
Yeah, in the park right across the street from my house.
Bro,
What?
I'm coming to pick up pecans.
Okay.
I love some pecans.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, if you got one of those sticks that picks them up for you, is easier. But to me, it's a lot of work. Might as well just go buy some.
No, because pecans are expensive.
Well, I don't make pecan stuff, so I wouldn't even know that.
No, the thing is, so like my dad, he loves pecans, and he'll just buy because you buy you don't buy them in a container, you buy them in like you buy meat in those same kind of packaging.
Yeah, kind of like pistachio. Well, no, pistachios.
Those come in a bag.
So you're saying that you get pecans where it has styrofoam bottom. Like what? That's crazy. And are they already cracked?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I gotta see this in like a beef container, huh?
Basically.
Pecan packaging.
So I did look it up, and the pecan tree is the Texas state tree.
Nice.
But he would, regardless how these are packaged, he would buy pecans and just eat them like you would eat pistachios, just by themselves.
They're such a dry taste.
It's like putting them in stuff is something that doesn't happen very often.
I like pecan pie, but just eating it by itself is a dry taste. Yeah, I'm not seeing this. Like, I don't know what back alley,
Go to Albertsons. I'm telling you,
pecan.
go to Albertsons and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's over there by the produce.
Albertsons does that though, where they take like mushroom and then they throw some cheese on it and then they put it in a package like that same meat package, and then they charge it like 5 times more, and they'll be like ready to grill mushrooms.
Right. No, and that I understand, because they'll also just chop vegetables for you and charge you out the butt
exactly. Cut up asparagus and they have it in that same meat package,
right?
Because it weighs a lot more. Yeah, see, that's what I imagine. Just a regular old plastic container.
I'm not seeing it on their website either, but I'm telling you, I've seen them like that over there either way, but just eating them by like the handfuls, and you buy 5 ounces for $6. It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's like pistachio prices, man. Pistachios are good. Pecans,
dude, I like pecans.
Next time
they got a real nutty flavor.
Next time you're over there, you need to take a picture of the packaging.
I will. I'll do it when I go to Albertsons next.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
You're like, I'm leaving here and going straight to Albertsons.
Yeah,
prove you wrong.
I mean, I'm sure that they'll be open. But here you go. Let me go ahead and take one here.
There's a Snicker pecan here. It's a candy bar.
Well, all right.
Well,
this is a good one, but I kind of have a feeling what we're both going to say because of our ages. The 90s were way better than the 80s.
So when I was younger, I would have said yes, because I loved a lot of things from the 90s. I liked Nickelodeon. When I was a kid, I liked game consoles, like the 90s game consoles, not the old, arcade and stuff. Hindsight, though, now that I'm an adult, if I watch a movie that has an 80s theme, I love the music. I love the 80s vibes. I watch something that has a 90s vibe, and it just seems like it's almost like just worse quality than what we see today. It's almost like non-HD.
So, did you ever watch the show Stranger Things?
Yes.
Wasn't that one based in the 90s?
It was in the 80s.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Because that made it fun. I really love that show.
I mean,
and they did a great job paying homage to all the 80s.
I mean, I will say, like, 80s is popular. Like, I've been watching the Goldbergs, and Goldbergs is in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it all just makes sense. I will say movies out of the 80s were better than the 90s, but 90s music destroys the 80s.
No, 90s movies were good. I think 90s movies were better than the 80s movies.
I mean, I'm thinking 80s, and I think of movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Weird Science, Revenge of the Nerds.
Those were 80s
Candles,
hitters. Yeah, 80s.
Ferris Bueller.
The problem is, when I was a kid who watched movies when I was in the 90s, I didn't watch 80s movies.
Oh no, I watched them. Well, I mean, granted,
so
I didn't experience the 90s too much, but because of when I was born. But I just think of movies that I enjoy now. I enjoyed 80s movies a lot more than I enjoyed 90s movies. 90s movies weren't bad. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, great. Like Happy Gilmore, great. But like,
those are random movies to pull out of the 90s. But
I mean, think of some other 90s films.
I don't know. You
easy
just came
doing
off
80s.
top of your head with them, dude. Those were good.
Like Ace Ventura, great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 80s though. I'm gonna go 80s because right now I'm feeling the 80s more than I'm feeling the 90s.
I don't know, man. Like, so let's think about this. Let's think. So I've already mentioned movies I thought were better from the 80s, but I thought that the music in the 90s was so much better. I'm not a big fan of 80s pop or like 80s like big hair bands.
I like 80s pop.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it. Like Madonna or like Michael Jackson had some hits, but like overall, I don't know that I'd say I enjoyed the 80s stuff.
But 80s rock,
like synthesizer, take the synthesizer out.
I like the synthesizer.
Really? So
that's
you
what I like.
The Cure?
I mean, it's not like I'm jamming the Cure, but I like it. It gives me those 80s feels.
Okay.
And I love every song that's in 80s movies. And I like 80s pop music. Like I put on literally on Pandora, I'll put on the 80s like pop music.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought, man, outside of like Metallica and Pantera, the 80s could have just done away with music. I'm not a huge fan of 80s music, even though I know it all. Like Bon Jovi or like Boston, not a big fan. Journey, I know it all, but I'm just like those power ballads. I'm just not a big fan for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I don't know what
ballads.
it is.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I think about like things in pop culture, like toys. Like were 80s toys.
Oh, I thought you meant the
90s
movie toys. Yeah.
No, I was thinking like just like things we'd play with. Like what was better, 80s stuff or 90s stuff? Like was the Atari better than...
I wasn't playing with no 80s toys, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm playing with 90s stuff.
Yeah, for
so I'm going music and toys already. I was playing with
Ninja Turtles, man. Ninja Turtles were my stuff.
Right, like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe is more of the 80s.
Is it?
They had them in the 90s, but they were huge in the 80s or 70s even.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles was my jam. Power Ranger toys. I like some Power Ranger
Yeah, that's 90s
dolls.
there.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Like I said,
I mean, it's kind of a toss-up, right?
It is a toss-up because I still love toys. So now that you get me on that, I'm like, if you give me a bucket of 90s toys, I'm going to be in heaven.
You're going to rock them out
all day. I'm going to be setting them up everywhere. I love them, dude.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. So did you collect the Ninja Turtle toys as a kid?
Dude, I had all of them. Yes.
Oh, like the van, like all the extra stuff?
I had the van, and the van had the door that slid open, and it was like you'd hold on to a figure with just a rubber band.
Oh,
and
really?
It even had like, it would sling like barrels of ooze. I was going to say goop,
like
but I think
toxic
it's called
sludge?
ooze.
Yeah.
It's ooze. Yep. Oh yeah, I had all the Ninja Turtle stuff, man. I remember it's like I have a memory of the thing I wanted for Christmas that I never got, and it was a Ninja Turtle toy.
Okay, you have to tell me what it is
All
now.
right, so I used to see the commercial all the time. It was a Ninja Turtle helicopter.
Okay.
And then in the front, it had these punching gloves. And it was weird. It's like just had these punching gloves. And I remember even sitting in Santa's lap, which I would never put my kids through that. But I sat in that Santa's lap and asked for this thing. Look at those punching gloves, man. I'm like, come on now. You shoot them off.
Like this right here?
Yes. 1990 Turtle Copter. Dude, I would kill for that right now. That was the toy that I wanted so bad, and I never got it.
Oh, man.
I did have the van, though, so I guess I wasn't, too neglected as a kid.
Right.
I'm sure the van was just as expensive as that.
Man, so you collected Ninja Turtle stuff. I collected, like, WWF wrestlers.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean, I had everything. Like, I had now this is back before they, like, moved too much. Like, you can move the legs, but their arms were stuck like this. And they were like rubber. And I even, I had a little ring for them. I had, like, some accessories, like chairs and ladders and stuff. And then I even had a thing that was the Supertron. They had these new ones that had this, like, little, like, metal piece on the bottom of their foot. So when you walked through and you touched it on the other metal piece on the Supertron, it would sing their song.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because
you were spoiled.
The Supertron came with Vince McMahon. So
That's
when he would
crazy.
walk out, it would sing, "No hell, that's what you got." But you could buy these special, like, Supertron edition, and it would sing their walkout song if you had them. Now, granted, I never bought the Supertron edition characters because they were more expensive. But yeah, I used to have all those guys, even the retro ones. Like, I think I had Animal. Yeah, I was really into wrestling whenever I was a kid.
I mean, for a very short period of time, I was until my mom saw what it was, and then it was like no more wrestling.
I think my parents didn't care because we watched it. We watched every pay-per-view.
It was such trash. I never watched the pay-per-view.
It was trash.
I never watched the pay-per-view, and I didn't watch WWF. I watched WCW, and my mom thought that was trash. If she would have saw WWF, gosh,
man.
I might have never had a TV again.
I remember that with, like,
that
NWO.
crap. Yeah. I
like
watched it
Kevin
during the NWO.
Nash and
Yep, and Sting.
Sting.
Dude, my family, look, I go in there, if I had my girls out here right now, I would do this, and we go, ow! Too sweet. Like, we do the wolf pack, man.
I remember
it.
Big Papa Pump.
Yep.
Scott Steiner.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was in the wolf. That was the red and black one.
Yeah.
Right? That wasn't the one that, like, Hollywood Hogan was in the original NWO.
Yeah, where it was white and black.
Yeah, and then the wolf pack was the one I was into, though. Like, that's the one you're talking about. Kevin Nash, Sting.
Yeah, I loved that stuff.
Oh, even X-Pac was in there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Before he went over to... I remember they had the Big Show when he was over there at WCW. He was the Giant.
I think
he was marketed as like Andre the Giant's son.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was in the black and white NWO.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Booker T was over there originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and then you had Goldberg.
Yep.
That would just dominate
Goldberg was the
everything.
champ whenever I was watching
He
it.
was undefeated for the longest time. Yeah, man. I used to love that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Trash, though.
Yeah, trash. WWF especially, man. The stuff that they come up with. It is crazy storylines.
They would toe the line.
Yeah.
Very much. That was during the Attitude Era, where Stone Cold would come out and fingers and beer.
Yeah. Nowadays, he would be canceled in 5 minutes.
100%.
Nowadays, you can't get away with that. That's so chauvinistic.
The Rock would be canceled.
Oh, yeah.
No joke.
He needs to go back there and, like, deny that he was ever on that stuff, man. he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I want to see that new show of his. I've seen commercial for it. It looks pretty good.
Is it like a TV show of some kind?
It's called The Young Rock.
Oh.
And I think it's like it's not a sitcom, but it's like, they always have those kind of like almost seems like a sitcom style show now. But it follows The Rock through like three different time periods of his life. When he was real young, when he was a teenager, and whenever he was like a young adult.
Okay.
So
yeah, because I think his dad was a wrestler.
Exactly. So the whole show is kind of centered around wrestling, but then also centered around him making bad decisions, but then also like funny.
Okay.
Because he's like in school, he's going to a new school, and he's like, doing stupid stuff. And I'm sure, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure each episode has a different adventure he's on or something.
Right. Like most sitcom style shows do. Well, man, I appreciate you coming in. This car camper was great.
Yep.
Gave it a 4, so good.
I got to call out one last thing before we close it up here.
Yep,
I
go
noticed
ahead.
this just a minute ago when I was talking. Look right above the car camper logo right there to the right.
Oh, they made sure to put the Yeti in there.
It's in the clouds. It's a
Yeti
cloud.
in the clouds.
All right, on that note, we can wrap it up.
Dang. Well, everybody, make sure to go online and follow us at _Dudes and Brews. You can find us on Instagram and Untappd. Make sure to follow us there. But we're out.
Peace.
We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.